think he thinks he's going to expect a certain thing, but when that confident, long, very athletic person is in front of him who can knock people out cold with one shot with both hands, either stance, he's going to be like, holy shit, he'll feel there's a different level.
UFC 306 at the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada is set to be one of the most historic events in the entire history of the company. Definitely the most expensive, according to Dana White. But I feel like the event gets more recognition due to the price of admission more than the actual matchup in the main event of the evening. You have one of the first fighters to ever win a championship coming off of the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series in Sugar Sean O'Malley, looking for his second successful title defense after a masterclass at UFC 299 against Marlon Chito Vera, avenging his one and only loss in his MMA career, along with his only loss inside of the UFC. And he's taking on one of the toughest matchups in the entire division, not based on technicality and skill, but forward pressure, cardio, and a relentless wrestling pace in Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili. Coincidentally, Dvalishvili comes from the same camp as the man who Sugar Sean O'Malley defeated for the UFC Bantamweight Championship via second-round knockout in Aljamain the Funkmaster Sterling. However, in my opinion, Dvalishvili has a much more difficult style to defeat. He never gets tired. You've never once seen this man take a deep breath or have cardio affect his performances. The biggest example would be his win in a UFC Fight Night main event against the former bantamweight champion in Petr Yan. Not only did he defeat Petr Yan, but he dominated him. Much more than we've ever seen, and much more than his teammate in Aljamain Sterling was even able to do when he claimed the UFC Bantamweight Championship. He pushes a ferocious pace of forward pressure, takedowns, chain wrestling, ground and pound, and top control. And if you can't control the range and distance, Merab Dvalishvili is going to make your life, along with your night, a living hell. O'Malley was the first out of this duo to conquer Petr Yan, doing so via a split decision. Now, originally I believed that No Mercy had gotten robbed and that he clearly won 2 out of the 3 rounds. But going back and re-watching the fight, the fact that he was able to make it so competitive in the striking realm and showcase his grappling skills as well made me lean a little bit more towards the Sugar Show than I originally had. However, Merab Dvalishvili's performance tops Sean O'Malley's 100%. It was a 25-minute suffocation by the Machine against the former champion, and the fighter who I believe to be one of, if not the best bantamweights in the world. And Merab made him look nothing but average. And that's extremely impressive. Dvalishvili also holds victories via decision over Henry the Messenger Cejudo, along with Jose Aldo. Sean O'Malley may not get the recognition that he deserves. However, if this fight stays on the feet, Merab is in for a world of hurt. The striking, the footwork, the distance control, and the range management will cause Merab to walk into a barrage of shots. Whether it's knees, elbows, head kicks, spinning kicks, 1-2s, uppercuts, or any of the other tricks in the bag of the Sugar Show, Merab is going to be finished. Because we've already seen him get hurt. We've seen Merab get rocked in multiple fights, such as the fight against Marlon Moraes and the fight against the former champion in Henry Cejudo.
I was like, dude, my entire career, I've been training for people that are going to strike with me and then try to take me down. Like, so, same, just another, he's elite at what he does, but he's getting knocked out regardless.
However, the one thing Merab has is heart and insane durability. He should have been finished multiple times in the fight against Magic Marlon Moraes, and I believe other referees would have stopped it. And he should have been knocked out, or at least dropped, with that vicious left hook from Henry the Messenger Cejudo. But Merab just marches forward and lives up to his nickname in the Machine. He trucks on and trucks on and trucks on and breaks you mentally, physically, and spiritually until he either dominates the later rounds and wins a decision, or breaks you to the point of surrender and forces you to quit. I believe this to be the toughest matchup of Sugar Sean O'Malley's career. But if there's anybody who can defeat a man like Merab, it's a fighter with the speed, footwork, finesse, technicality, and vicious knockout power of Sugar Sean O'Malley. This fight is going to be close, and it's going to be a tale of two cities. Will Sugar Sean O'Malley stay on the outside and outstrike Merab, causing him to run into multiple shots based on his less than stellar defense? Or will Merab take the punishment, take the damage, and be able to close the distance and rinse and repeat the vicious chain wrestling saga and be able to break down Sean O'Malley over 25 minutes, potentially getting a ground and pound or a submission stoppage, or winning a decision based on his performance and cardio and the pace he's able to push in the championship rounds. This fight is not my favorite fight I've ever seen or my favorite fight I've ever heard of, but this is 100% one of the most competitive fights and one of the most interesting stories that could take place in the bantamweight division. It's a tale of two fighters. It's striker versus grappler, but if you read between the lines, it's much more than that. And a dominant performance on either side could cement the best bantamweight in the world. Is it going to be the Machine who crushes the Sugar Show under the pressure, or is the Sugar Show going to live up to his nickname and dance around the octagon and paint a brutal and bloody masterpiece, getting another successful title defense and showcasing just how special he is? We don't have those answers yet, but we will, and we will very soon, at one of the most important events in UFC history, in UFC 306.